Good morning. Where's my vape? Oh God. Here we go. Literally had it before I went in there. I don't know where. My vape went. I guess let me just make a new one. I just brushed my teeth. Let's see if my check came in yet. I love this shirt. It's from Buckle. Let's see if I got my money from YouTube. I need to pay bills. It's the first of the month. Let's see. I'm going to my First Citizens account. Good morning. Let's see if it turns on. Again, sometimes it says I'm on the Wi-Fi, but it won't let me in. Make it make sense. It won't let me into my bank account. I don't know what's going on with the Wi-Fi. It's literally the only place in town that has Wi-Fi, so... It's not going to let me in. And it says that I'm on Wi-Fi, but it just doesn't work. Everybody's like, oh, so-and-so has Wi-Fi. You get over there and they do not have Wi-Fi. It does not work. You keep trying and keep trying. It still won't let you in. It says network connectivity error, server not be reached. Well, it says I'm on full Wi-Fi, honey, so why not? McDonald's Wi-Fi. It's connected. So then why can't I get in my bank account? There's my vape. But there's Wi-Fi, right? There's Wi-Fi. I gotta get my computer up when. Damn it. Jesus, can you please help me this morning? Just a little bit. Just, can I have a good thing happen today? Just a little help. Just a little. Appreciate it. I wanna, So I'm going to talk a little bit about this motorcycle gang I almost fell into working for. This is just crazy, y'all. So I go to this club. I get a damn job. Everything seems fine. Fast forward 2 days. My second day of work, I'm going into work, and the manager pulls me aside and tells me, hey, by the way, this club's ran by the Pagans. Now, me being naive, you know, obviously I'm not a biker, I really didn't think much of it. I was really just like in one ear and out the other because, you know, it's a fantasy land. Like, I'm not trying to be funny when I say that, you know, these type of gangs are for the lost of lost. You know what I mean? These are not contributing members of society. They're criminals. It's a motorcycle gang. Pagan's Motorcycle Club, or simply the Pagans, is an outlaw motorcycle club formed by Lou Dobkin in 1957 in Prince George County, Maryland. Now, they actually cover the entire East Coast. This gang has beef with the Hells Angels. The Hells Angels and the Pagan Motorcycle Gang, they're rivals. Now, I find it interesting that when I started talking about this the other day, there were people in the comments talking about how great motorcycle gangs were. They're still organized crime. They're criminals. Criminals. Let's talk about it, because I found the history of the club very interesting. Pagan's Motorcycle Club, or simply the Pagans, is an outlaw motorcycle club formed by Lou Dobkin in 1957 in Maryland in the United States. The club rapidly expanded in 1959. The Pagans, originally clad in blue denim jackets and riding Triumphs, began to evolve along the lines of stereotypical 1%er motorcycle club. So they call themselves the 1%. The Pagans are categorized as an outlaw motorcycle club by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the ATF. They are known to fight over territory, the Hells Angels Motorcycle Club, and other motorcycle clubs. They are currently active in California, Nevada, Delaware, Florida, Kentucky, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, South Carolina, Virginia, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, West Virginia, Washington State, and Puerto Rico. They cover quite a bit of land, don't they? It's what organized crime is. The Pagans were established in Prince George County, Maryland by then President Luke Dobkin. It was officially organized in 1958. The group started out wearing denim jackets embroidered with insignia instead of the more three-piece patches utilized by most outlaw motorcycle gangs, and riding both American and British motorcycles, Harley Davidson and Triumphs. Originally, they were the Brotherhood of 13 Motorcycles. In the 1960s, they adopted a formal constitution and formed a governing structure, choosing a national president who was paid the same amount as the United States president, which worked out to $100,000 per year, and calling the gesture a show of class. They were a fairly nonviolent group until 1965. A swelling mass of new members put the Pagans on the path to evolve into a OMG. It was largely a gesture made after they gathered at a motorcycle race in Maryland. The ensuing incident found them branded as the 1% motorcyclists who caused problems in the local papers. The Pagans claimed to have invented and adopted the 1%er patch, reference the newspaper articles of the time. This 1%er patch was quickly adopted by most of other OMGs. The Pagan, which, quote, have been tied to traditional organized crime, including in cities like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, and New York, quickly become dominant in the Mid-Atlantic region. They were the only large OMG in the region. And now that's the original motorcycle club, or you know what I mean. Yeah, it's the original motorcycle in the region, as well as a large portion of the Northeast United States, which is where I'm at. The Pagans have grown to nearly 5,000 members in the... the Pagans grew to nearly 5,000 members in the early 1970s. Their mother club is never in a fixed location, but it has been generally located in the Northeast. The Pagans' top echelon of leadership must always number 13 members. There are also chapter presidents, with the largest chapter at times located in the Philadelphia area. Now, when we read this yesterday, hold on one second, it says, quote, methamphetamine poses an increased drug threat to West Virginia and its primary drug threat in Wood County. The West Virginia Department of Health and Human Services reported the level of methamphetamine abuse is not reflected in the number of treatment admissions because methamphetamine is a relatively new abuse problem. Methamphetamine, most of the methamphetamine available in West Virginia is produced locally, with availability levels varying from high to low among communities throughout the state. Caucasian local independent dealers and loosely organized crime groups, as well as OMGs, such as the Barbarians and the Pagans, produce and distribute most of the methamphetamine available in West Virginia. So it's saying that these OG motorcycles are responsible for the methamphetamine even being created in the West Virginia area. These people make it and they traffic it. It's in the 1990s, the Pagans began to expand to Florida and the West. The chapters beyond the Mississippi River, the Pagans have grown slowly through a natural cycle. The practice of patching over other chapters or entire clubs. The practice of incorporating smaller OMGs was prevalent from the 1970s to the early 1990s. You know, in experience, I've dated people that wanted to get involved in stuff like this. And you always have to ask yourself, why would somebody want to willingly be involved with a gang? Like, this is a gang. This is not, this is not Sunday school. This is a gang. The Pagans MC patch depicts the fire giant sitting on a burning world, wielding a fire, plus the word pagan in red, white, and blue. The image of Surtur was taken from an illustration by Jack Kirby in 1997, off of a comic book into the mystery. So, they're stealing stuff off of comic books that tells you where you're at mentally. Though historically not wearing a bottom rocker, a patch denoting the location of where the 1%er bike club is based, the Pagan Motorcycle Club has since started wearing an East Coast insignia on their vest. Members wear blue denim vests called cuts or cutoffs with club pads known as colors on the back and front. Members of the Pagans Motor Club wear a distinctive black number 13 patch. It says Pagans have approximately 1,500 members and more than 100 chapters are active along the east coast of the United States. More recently, the west coast and Puerto Rico. Chapters are common in Florida. The ones that they're common. This is where the chapters are now. And the chapters are different motorcycle gangs. It's like they might have 100 people in this county and 100 people in the county and 100 people in this county. The chapters are common in Florida, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, New York, Virginia, West Virginia, Washington State, Oregon, Puerto Rico, and Nevada. It says the Pagans have another club of ruling council, which ultimately rules the club. Members are required to adhere to a number of club club bylaws, among which is a rule that dictates members must only ride Harley Davidson cycles. We're going to talk about that in a minute because there was a lot of stuff that I found on Reddit that was very interesting when it comes to these motorcycle gangs and Harley Davidsons. It says members are permitted to quit or retire from the club and can only leave if they are expelled. Reasons for expulsion include losing one motorcycle or any piece of club property or paraphernalia, including club colors. Now, I find this interesting because Sheriff Grady arrested a motorcycle gang, and he actually arrested one of the gang members, and he has his jacket, and apparently their rules is that when they view the Pagan jacket, no one is allowed to touch it. And matter of fact, there's special rules that they have when dealing with the jacket in itself. It can only be hung up inside out. No one is ever allowed to touch your motorcycle jacket. Well, Sheriff Grady arrested a Pagan and had his vest. Here it is. We'll watch a piece of it so you can see what I'm talking about. This was interesting to me. I love Sheriff Grady. He is out here doing the Lord's work. Let's see. I'm trying to get down here, but my thing won't work. There we go. So, if you don't know who Sheriff Grady is, this is him. He's from Polk County. He's one of the best damn officers. I don't know why my thing ain't working. What the hell is going on? So, I don't know where my sound is. I'm so sorry, you guys. I barely slept last night. So, this is the Pagan motorcycle gang. As you can see, he's got the jacket. He proceeds to go on to touch and fondle the jacket. Being a smartass, he says, apparently we're not supposed to touch this. We're not supposed to touch this. And, I mean, he's blatantly being disrespectful to the vest. Apparently that pin that was placed through the jacket, the one that looks like a diaper pin for a toddler, apparently he had that on because the city riding through, the pin on his jacket like that states that he calls no harm. So when he's riding through to conduct business, and then he's going to be out of there. And that's what that pin on his jacket means. So when he's riding to your city to go sell or buy methamphetamines, God knows, we don't know. But obviously he was arrested. You see how he's touching it? Mocking him. He's like, yeah, you're not supposed to touch this. No one's allowed to touch this. Yeah, we're not supposed to touch this. And he keeps touching it. Y'all, I love him so much. Sheriff Grady, best sheriff on earth. I mean, he keeps just tapping it like it's a baby, like he's burping a baby on his shoulder. I mean, it's hilarious. But apparently that's enough to get you killed. Just touching the damn jacket. This is the most violent motorcycle in America, in the entire United States. For decades, the Pagan's Motorcycle Club had looked north to Canada for possible expansion. It also found the idea of it supporting the Hells Angels rivals beneficial. So like I told you guys, the Hells Angels and the Pagan's Motorcycle Club, they fight, okay? And I'm not talking about no little fight. I'm talking about when they see each other, they start shooting. So these are not safe people. These are people that want to rivals. And you're going to get hit in the crossfire because these assholes should be in jail because they're criminals. It also found the idea of supporting the Hells Angels beneficial, such as the Rock Machine Motorcycle Club, a Canadian-based international motorcycle clubs all over the world. It has fought several conflicts with the Hells Angels, including the Quebec Biker War, the deadliest motorcycle conflict in history. In 2012, dozens of the Pagan traveled to the Canadian province of New Brunswick to meet with the Rock Machine. At the time, the New Brunswick had little outlaw motorcycle influence. The meeting was to consolidate a friendship and probe the provenance for it. However, in 2018, the Pagans member Andrew Glick revealed that the group had abandoned its plans at the expansion north. He cited Canada's anti-biker laws, but also a large the reason was that Canadians' Hells Angels are considered particularly violent members of the outlaw biker or the 1% community. So the paganization is headed by a board of directors known as the Mother Club, which consists of 13 senior members who set club policy, administer internal discipline. Listen to that again. That's the second thing on the list. Administer internal discipline. Oversee the opening of new chapters and appoint presidents as vice president. When I tell you guys that it did not even dawn on me until last night when I was reading this, what I went through. So the second day that I went to work, remember I told you that my boss told me that the club was ran by pagans at its Southern Exposure in West Virginia. All of the Southern Exposures are ran by the pagans. And they told me that. My second day of work, my boss comes up to me. I guess he thought that I was going to be like, oh my God, motorcycle club, oh my God. I don't know what they were thinking. But I now realize that they were warning me, that they were telling me to be on my best behavior. He says, this club's ran by the pagans. He's like, do you know what that is? And I'm like, no. And he's like, it's a motorcycle club. And I'm like, oh, okay. And at the time, I'm being really naive. He told me, he said, quote, they come in here. When they come in here, you do what they tell you to do. Of course, I didn't think anything of it. Now I'm reading this and I'm like, holy shit, I just escaped God knows what. Because they told me that if the pagans came in, that I was to do whatever the pagans told me to do. And he said, quote, he says, you better do it. And I'm like, yeah, okay. You know, being naive. I'm like, yeah, sure. That's my boss. Like, of course I'll do what he says to do, you know? The Pagans organization is headed by a board. Okay, sorry. The club's leadership has traditionally been based in central Pennsylvania. So scary. He was telling me that that they were running the club. What he was telling me. He was telling me that the club was ran by the pagans. And he said, if they tell you to do something, you better listen, because they will cause problems. I'm sorry. But the last time I checked, I have free will. And I'm an independent contractor. So just because you're involved in illegal shit doesn't mean that I have to be. And matter of fact, if you haven't heard, I ain't as shit. So, you know, I'm going to end up dead in a club because I wouldn't conform. Like, y'all, this is nothing to play with. Along with the Bandinos, the Hells Angels, and the Outlaws, the Pagans are classified by various law enforcement agencies in the United States as one of the big four motorcycle gangs. The Pagans have traditionally been considered the smallest of the big four. So there's like the big four, like the Hells Angels, it's 4 different motorcycle groups, and that's FBI that classifies them as the big four. The Pagans are also the only big four club which is based solely in the United States and has no presence internationally. The Department of Justice classifies the club as an outlaw motorcycle gang, OMG, and contends that the pagan members are involved in the distribution of narcotics such as cocaine, methamphetamine, marijuana, and PCP, as well as violent crimes directed at rival gangs including arson, assault, bombing, extortion, rape, murder. Actually, their motto is, hold on, let me tell you their motto. It's to destroy and move on. It says to destroy and move on. It's something like that, which is scary. You know, just like the TDA gang, their motto is to kill, rape, and destroy. You know, I mean, it's just terrifying. These are not, you know, these are not people that want to do kind things to you, baby. These are bad people. Slogan. Let's do motto since again. I'm trying to find what their slogan is, and I can't find it, you guys, and it makes me so mad. I can promise you that it's nothing kind. It's not hugs and bunnies, okay? It's not hugs and kisses. It's torture, destroy, and kill. You know, their motto is very clear that they're evil people and that they're involved in organized crime. It says the pagans have traditionally... The pagans have been linked to La Casa Nostra crime families in Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey. The club also utilizes puppet clubs, affiliated street gangs, and female associates to carry out retail drug distribution. The pagans have been involved in rivalries and various other motorcycle gangs, most notably a long feud with Angels. God, why am I hot? Y'all, I swear to God, I'm going through menopause. I get these heat strokes. My feet are freezing, but I'm about to burn up. It says that it's 51 outside, so why am I hot? You see that? This damn truck, like a toaster oven. It's 51 degrees outside and 85 in here. Make it make sense. I thought when the temperature dropped... This shirt is getting on my nerves, y'all. Now y'all see why I don't wear it. Because it's literally aggravating me. I love this shirt, don't get me wrong, but... super cute. It came from Buckle. Oh, now it's making me sign back into their damn Wi-Fi. So, there's tons of stories about these incidents. It says, like, I'll read you one. On February 23rd of 22, 37 pagans were arrested on Long Island, New York after appearing at an indoor motorcycle and tattoo expo called the Hellraiser Ball. The pagans had shown up to the event to confront the Hell Angels who were at the ball. Dozens of pagans rushed the doors of the event and were met with violence by the Hells Angels. Fighting ensued. 10 people were wounded. Hells Angel shot and killed a Pagans member. 2 weeks later, a Pagan-owned tattoo parlor located in South Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, was firebombed. So as you can see, they're out here in the streets. In September of 2010, 19 members of the Pagans were arrested in Rocky Point, New York, for allegedly conspiring to murder members of the Hells Angels. Charges also include assault, distribution of cocaine and oxycodone, conspiracy to commit extortion, and weapons charges. 2 federal ATF agents infiltrated the gang, providing key evidence. One agent eventually served as sergeant at arms, the second highest position in the hierarchy. Gang members were heard plotting to murder members of the Hell Angel using homemade hand grenades. So as you can see, they're troublemakers. They're out here trying to get even with the Hells Angels. Let it go, dude. Like, God, I don't understand people. So it says in 2018, 9 people, some members of the Pagans MC, were arrested in the largest bust in Rhode Island history. The seizure of 53 illegal guns, including a rocket launcher, and a large quantity of marijuana, crack, cocaine, and heroin was the end result of a 12-month investigation conducted by members of the Rhode Island State Police Special Investigations Unit with assistance from the Rhode Island Attorney General's Office, the ATF, and the FBI. Not good. So this is out of West Virginia, which is where I was at. I got hired in West Virginia at a strip club, and the first week there, they told me they were part of the Pagans, that the club was being ran by a motorcycle club. Y'all know I got the hell out of there as soon as I could, right? It says law enforcement officials charged 5 men Wednesday in connection with the homicide last September of Henry Silver. The police say they believe the slaying was related to the Pagans' motorcycle gang. It says that law enforcement across the state beyond executed arrest warrants early Wednesday morning based on sealed indictments from the Marion County grand jury that pertain to the homicide. Law enforcement arrested Jonathan Biller, 42, Derek Clem, 28. That's what the fuck? That's the dude that was running the club. That's my general manager. He told me he was 29. What the fuck? Let me check the dates to make sure it's him. Yo. June 14th of 23. So he would have been 28 when this occurred. He's 29 now. Wow. Now, I don't know if it's the same one. I don't know. But that's mighty fucking small world. Please work. Yes, I need like 4 different. Let's see if I can find his name through Virginia and see if I can find his picture. It would be West Virginia DOC. Inmate search. As long as you have a name and a birthday, you can look up anyone through that state. Look, I'm on Wi-Fi, but it's not working. See the Wi-Fi. I talk about these things because I want y'all to know that it's not as easy as people think it is. Especially when it comes to looking for work and Wi-Fi. It's actually quite the opposite. You would think that we wouldn't have these problems in 2024, but let me tell you, we do. DEREK COE West Virginia. Let's see what pops up with the name. Another man charged. Okay, this is not him. Here's the pictures of the guy. It's not him. It's just the same freaking name. Damn this thing. Why is this not working? Oh my God, you guys. I'm going to lose you because I forgot to plug you up. There we go. All right. Well, why did it not work? There it goes. So it says, let's read what happened. It says Fairmount, West Virginia. That's one of them that was arrested for murder. There were several of them arrested for murder. Do they look like happy people to you? Because they don't to me. I don't want to be working for them. All white guys that look like rough, okay? Rough, honey. That is rough. I'm telling you what, I would be terrified to run off on them in the middle of the night at a gas station alone. I'll tell you that much. What the fuck? Did y'all hear that? Who's throwing shit on my goddamn truck? Let me tell you. The fuck was that? Sound like somebody threw something on the back of my truck. Alright. But this is one of their most current cases where some of the members was arrested for murder because they were out here breaking the law. It says, courtesy testimony in the trial of John Wolfe, who back in April was found guilty of conspiring to shoot and kill Henry Silver, has led to the arrest of another man who's charged with murder and conspiracy. Oh, but wait a second. I thought they were supposed to be brothers and never snitch. I thought they were never supposed to snitch. Silver's murder occurred on September of 2022 in Carolina, Marion County. Multiple criminal complaints against Wolf and 4 other men who were previously charged have detailed that all the defendants are believed to be members of the Pagan's motorcycle club, and that Silver was targeted because he was believed to be in a relationship with Wolf's significant other. So we have a lover's quarrel. Okay. Now deputies with the Marion County Sheriff's Office said that a police investigation, witness statements, courtroom testimony in the Wolf's trial, physical evidence, and cell phone and location data has led them to arrest 30-year-old Ryan Lane and charge him with murder and conspiracy. So your friend snitched on you. According to criminal complaint, Lane and Jonathan Biller, Derek Clem, Austin Mullen, and Dane Hall were known to have an official Pagan's motorcycle club meeting called church or band practice, where members discussed Silver's death. So they were plotting to murder him. Wolf had learned about Silver's relationship with his significant other from Lane in the months before the meeting and murder, according to the complainant. Text conversations showed Lane and Wolf discussing waiting until a court hearing was completed in September before taking the action. So here they are, like the idiots that they are, planning a murder through text messages. Because they're smart. A text from approximately 10 minutes before the murder from Wolf to Lane said, quote, "Keep your phone on. I might need bail money." Statements indicate that Lane attempted to with and discuss the events in Carolina with Wolf. Lane is being held in the North Carolina Regional Jail with no bond. I mean, you see what they look like. We've talked profiling. We have that for a reason. Trust your gut, baby. If you see somebody that looks like that, you need to be running the opposite way. And, let's talk about this because this is through the Department of Justice. Apparently last year, one of the head members was arrested. And let's talk about this. Now, this is from the Department of Homeland Security. The DOJ, I'm sorry. Department of Justice. Of the Pagan's Motorcycle Club sentenced to 75 years in prison for methamphetamine distribution, firearm distribution, and money laundering convictions. Now, this was February 3rd of 2023, so it was just last year. In North Carolina, Christopher Lamar Baker, 49, a Raleigh-based national leader of the Pagan's Motorcycle Club, which is recognized by law enforcement as an outlaw motorcycle gang, was sentenced to 900 months in prison. 900. Following a conviction by a jury in September for drug trafficking, firearm, and money laundering charges. So as you can see, this is not church. This is not band practice, honey. Okay, this is your life, and this is not a joke. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them. Take what information they give you and run, baby. Haul ass and don't look back. Baker was a, quote, 13 in the Pagan's Motorcycle Club prior to his November 21st 2020 arrest by the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, the ATF. The designation means that he was only one of 13 national leaders in the United States. So when they took him, it was kind of a big thing. When they sentenced him, it was kind of a big thing because he was one of 13 of the most important people in this motorcycle gang. So they needed him, to continue, but they don't have him. It says this case is an ongoing operation that has resulted in the indictment of over 20 individuals. It is an ongoing investigation and operation still to this day. They are still watching these people. According to the court documents and other information presented in court, Baker supplied over 268 kilograms of methamphetamine into the Raleigh area and surrounding states on the East Coast. Baker was convicted of a jury of 17 counts, including conspiracy to distribute and possession with intent to distribute methamphetamine, distribution of methamphetamine, possession of a firearm, and furtherance of drug trafficking crime, including a machine gun. And conspiracy to commit laundering. You just riding around on a motorcycle with a freaking machine gun in your backpack? Probably. Yeah, so the Raleigh Sheriff's Department said that they are proud to work alongside with federal partners to investigate and prosecute those who seek to destroy our community with violence and drugs. And removing this very dangerous persons from our streets as an extraordinary step in making our community and state safer by disrupting illegitimate criminal enterprises that seek to traffic drugs into our community. We send a message that we will not tolerate the harm of these dangerous organizations. And we're going to go to Reddit in a minute, and I'm going to tell you who these people actually are. Reddit has all of the information. Like I said, Reddit is out here doing the Lord's work. If you ever have a question, just go to Reddit. It says the ATF has a long history with outlaw motorcycle gangs, recognizing that these groups are often tied closely with a number of criminal acts, including guns, firearms trafficking, drug trafficking, rape, torture, and murder. So it says this is the special agent that ended up charging this guy. This was strategic, collaborative effort focused on disrupting a dangerous and violent criminal network. Through the course of the investigation, it was determined that Baker was the leader of the Pagan Motorcycle Club. This was a big thing. And he was based out of North Carolina, which is even scarier because that's the state I'm from. But I ran into them in West Virginia when I got hired at a strip club, and they were like, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, and if you don't, there's going to be problems. And I'm just like, I'm an independent contractor, honey. It says the PMC is recognized internationally by law enforcement as a motorcycle gang criminal enterprise that has leaders across the United States and Puerto Rico. They have a long history of trafficking, firearms trafficking in violent areas. Baker was responsible for the acquisition and distribution kilogram quantities of methamphetamine for the drug trafficking organization DTO linked to the PMC. Baker's DTO is responsible for the distribution of methamphetamine and firearms across multiple states, including North Carolina. Sen was trafficking drugs, trafficking methamphetamines, oh wow, it's talking about his violent history. Baker was frequently armed. Examples of violence included the directed torture of a pagan pledge who allegedly stole from another member. In this case, the pledge's fingers were cut off using a table saw. Yeah, they're all fluffy love hugs and bunnies. They cut the man's fingers off. Baker also directed the murder of an individual who sold him fake drugs. How about don't buy drugs, don't do drugs? It says the Raleigh Police Department and the ATF had to place that individual into protective custody. So they're in jail together, and he is so dangerous that this person they have to put in PC because they're scared that this person is going to get killed by this guy while in jail, hold before his trial. So it says the prosecution of Baker was part of an organized crime and drug enforcement task force operation OCDETF Diamond Ice. The OCDETF identifies, disrupts and dismantles the highest level of drug traffickers, money launderers, and criminal organizations that are a threat in the United States by using a prosecutor-led, intelligence-driven, multi-agency approach that leverages the strength of federal, state, and local law enforcement agencies against criminal networks. This investigation spanned into West Virginia, South Carolina, Georgia, and areas where kilogram quantities of methamphetamine feeded into Raleigh, utilizing a complex network of pagans in surrounding states who have also been indicted in this case. 20 individuals, including Baker, have been indicted. 7 defendants have been convicted and 9 others are awaiting sentence. Now, this was February of 23 that this was written. And there's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 different police districts involved in this investigation, along with the ATF and FBI. These are dangerous people. Very dangerous people. So let's read a little bit of Reddit about how these guys, act. Because in my opinion, they have issues. Major issues. It says, I was working, now this is from, it just says South Jersey, non-existing. I was working at a Wawa in Cumberland County earlier and had this dude yelling at me that pagans pay for coffee. I've seen them around before, but they never seem to complain about paying for coffee before and typically seem nice enough. Seeing one get up on me is new though. Are they something to worry about or are they something to watch out for? Apparently there was a pagan motorcycle member that walked into Wawa. He was mad that he had to pay for coffee. He's standing there screaming, I don't pay for coffee. Tell me you're entitled with telling me you're entitled. But this speaks, in my opinion, to who they are mentally. This person, I'm not saying that scream name because it's a cuss word. I am DICK Burns. It says, dealt with them a lot when I worked at a bar. They're all scumbags. A few that may not seem outwardly like scumbags associate with some human beings you'll ever have the displeasure of meeting. The more of them in one place at a time, the worse they behave. What have I told y'all? It's just like bullies. When they get in numbers, they feel power in numbers. But if they were by themselves, they would never act like that. It's only because their friends are around that they're acting like that. These motorcycle gangs, they're essentially little bullies. They're riding around, and you're going to hear in a minute how they think that they own the road. I'm so glad that I realized before I got in too deep that people were criminals. It says this is from Pagan. People idolize criminals everywhere in culture today. Italian mobsters, Mexican cartels, and street gangs. Black drug crews, 80s and 90s, skinheads and bikers for the rural white boys. Eventually, people will realize they're all pieces of shit, and they've always been corny losers. This is supposedly the child. Tanya Rax, it says, Tony Rax, this is a man. I am the son of a pagan motorcycle couple. Grew up in the scene. My best memory of the club, I was allowed to clean up after the clubhouse meetings, and I got to keep any money that I found or left or that they for me. Took me till I was a teenager to understand why all the bills were rolled up. I ended up falling in love with crotch rockets, talking to a member. His club name was Viking. Tell me how fast his Harley was. I challenged him. Hold on. They asked me to be a mule for them because of how fast my bike was. So this kid had a motorcycle. None of them would ride a Jap bike, so they couldn't do it. Anyways, they're all dumb, including my parents. Now, in this, I was able to find 3 more different incidents. Let's read some of these. So this was written in 2020, an inside look at the Pagans Motorcycle Club and a threat it poses to New Jersey. Now, these people are all up and down the East Coast. They're as far out as to the west as California. It says a member of the motorcycle gang the Pagans Club is seen at the funeral of a fellow biker, Chris Post. The man's stake was passing a pagan. What? He was cruising on his motorcycle on Route 1 in Elizabeth when he passed two other drivers on the right of a multi-lane road in June of 2019. Don't tell me they got killed because they damn passed these guys. That's what it sounds like. He didn't think anything of it when he exited the highway, but soon realized that he was being tailed by a motorcycle and a car. He made a series of turns, but could not shake them. They then cut him off, blocking escape. It was at that moment it became clear who was dealing with, two members of the Pagans Motorcycle Club. Now, I've read other stories on Reddit. Apparently, there's other motorcyclists that will get on the road, along Pagans. They'll have to be behind them because of traffic laws. There'll come a point where the Pagans will actually slow down, and if it's 200 bikers, all 200 bikers slow down, and they start waving their arm for the other motorists to go around. Like, say I'm out there on a bike and I'm just cruising on a Sunday, enjoying the weather, and I roll up on them. They will not let you ride behind them. They will give you orders to go in front of them, and if you do not follow those orders, you're going to get killed. You're going to die. So this man is on the road, and all of a sudden these two guys start following him. They're pissed off that he's not driving his motorcycle like they feel that he should. And they say, quote, "Do you know who we are?" Pagans are yelling at the man. According to the police report, the Pagans beat him with a small bat and wrench. The victim would file a police report, but quickly resented it. Like he took back what he said. I can't say that word. He resented it, fearful of retaliation at the hands of one of the most dangerous outlaw motorcycle gangs in the country. So this victim filed a report, but then he took it back. He said, "Never mind. Just leave it alone. It's okay. Just leave it alone." Seemingly random assaults like these on the citizens of the Garden State have officials in New Jersey State Commission of Investigation urging law enforcement to take action. A report released Wednesday by the group, an independent state watchdog formed in the late 1960s to investigate public corruption and organized crime, say that the Pagans have increased their memberships in the past 3 years and pose a growing threat to public safety. I agree. Not only are there violent attacks on biker gangs like the Hells Angels and the Warlocks, but a newfound level of aggression has led to drive-by shootings, savage beatdowns of adversaries, and unprovoked physical on members of the public across New Jersey. In another incident, a man was in a bar in Elizabeth, a city dominated by the Pagans. As he started talking to a female bartender, a pagan approached him and threatened him. Later, the pagan and two of his companions ambushed the patron, hitting him twice in the head with an axe handle, a weapon of choice for the Pagans. The man told police he had never seen his attacker prior to that in January of 2019. The 20-page SCI report was issued following a lengthy investigation of Pagans identified by the FBI as one of the four major outlaw motorcycle gangs operating in the U.S. group. That includes the Hells Angels, the Bandidos, and the Outlaws. In October of 2019, the commission held an extensive hearing detailing how the Pagans are increasing membership of all corners of the state. New Jersey police officers and county prosecutors interviews with pagan members, their voices altered to protect their identities. A new video of brutal attack in 2019 near the Hells Angels clubhouse in Newark. The most climatic moment came at the hearing's end when three reputed leaders of the motorcycle club were called to testify, citing their Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. They refuse to answer any questions. So this is the FBI talking. They said that there has been an almost 50% increase in chapters in New Jersey over the past 3 years. So these gangs are getting worse. Quote, this is a CI investigation agent. They said it's expanding at a rate that we've never seen before. In New Jersey, it's going to be hard to find a county that isn't a pagan presence. All right, let's go back to Reddit and click on the next one. As you can see, these are not people that I need to be wrapped up with. 11 members of the Pagan Motorcycle Club charged with narcotics distribution, firearm offenses, and violent crimes in aid of racketeering. A member that was 43 and a member that was 51 was arrested and charged by a complaint with 1 count of aggravated assault in aid of racketeering. Today's are the latest in a long-running investigation into the illegal activities of the Pagan Motorcycle Club. Now, that was the acting U.S. attorney. We have now chosen members of this outlaw gang with various weapons, blah, blah. It says this investigation has dealt a significant blow to the Pagan's motorcycle gang. The use of violence, weapons, and intimidation was standard for its criminal organization, and law enforcement made it clear that their behavior would not be tolerated. I don't think it's working. I don't think they heard you. I think it went in one ear and out the other. Now, the rest of this proceeds to give all of these members names, their drug charges. I mean, this is just crazy, you guys. I think I dodged a bullet. I think I really dodged a bullet. Maybe that's why I couldn't sleep. Because I knew deep down that these were not good people. It says the leader is sentenced to 33 months. Oh. Stop popping up. Let me read some of this. The U.S. District Court Judge Kevin McNulty sentenced Keith Cohen Richter, 62, in federal court to being a felon in possession of a firearm after authorities discovered a loaded gun in the vehicle he was driving during a traffic stop. Stupid you gotta be. He took a plea deal. Over the last year, federal authorities have been aggressive in investigating the Pagans. Someone tipped them off that he was carrying a gun and he shouldn't have it. Yeah, I dodged a bullet. When I was laying there last night and I was thinking about everything that I talked to my boss about, the GM or whatever, and it told me that he said that if they come in there, I needed to do what they said. How scary. That is so scary, you guys. These are known criminals. They're not, they're not going to come in there and say, hey, give me a hug. They say, hey, bend over and let me fuck you right now. Just to be clear, these are members. They torture and harm women and children, okay? It's so crazy how people don't understand what a gang is. Y'all, some of these Reddit feeds be so funny. I can't read them all, though, you know. It says, somebody says, Pagan, several members of the Pagans conspired with their pill mill running buddy, South Jersey Dr. James Kaufman, to kill his wife April after she found out what he was doing. I knew April personally, and she was a wonderful woman who did not deserve to be murdered, nor her daughter, to have her mother ripped away from her life like that. Now, I don't know who these people are, but we're about to see. So it says they're alleging that there was a doctor. Members of the Pagans conspired with their pill mill running buddy, South Jersey Dr. James Kaufman. James Kaufman's missing wife. K-A-U-F. There we go. Wow, Jersey Shore doctor charged in the murder for hire. What the fuck? Jersey Shore doctor. James Kaufman went out like a bitch. Left behind a side note in his cell before killing himself. What a bitch. Whoo, honey, I got chill bumps. Whoo, God. Yo, I dodged a bullet. Whoo, you listen to your maker, honey. Whew, the message from the grave was defiant, but was it the truth? For 5 years, Kim Pack suspected her stepfather, Dr. James Kaufman, of killing her mother, a bubbly host of a popular... But it wasn't until January of this year that the prominent New Jersey endocrinologist was charged with putting a hit out on April Kaufman's life. So, what the person in the Reddit feed was alleging was true. Was true. Before he could go to trial, James Kaufman was found dead of an apparent inside the county jail where being held. Quote, I was stunned, but in retrospect, that's what convinces me now more than ever that he understood that the end was near. He looks like a bitch. It said, bringing a stunning climax to a murder mystery that riveted the Philadelphia, South Jersey region. It says Kaufman was charged with devising a murder hire plot to kill April Kaufman. So April found out that her husband was really, he was giving pills out illegally. They're called pill mills. They go all over Florida. Back in the day, you could go to any, you could come from any state and go to Florida and be able to find a doctor that would write you a script for pain. So that's what a pill mill is. It's a doctor who has a license who is giving out pills to people that don't need them. It was a huge issue back in the early 2000s. We'll have to do an episode of Talk It Too on that one day, because that really interests me, how those pill mills were able to set up shop and distribute drugs. It says threatened to expose an illegal drug ring that he was running with members of the notorious bike group, the Pagan's Motorcycle Club. It says Kaufman was accused of working with Pagan's leader to arrange the hit on April. Prosecutors believe she threatened to go to the public with the shocking revelation that her husband had never served in the military, though he promoted himself as a Green veteran who performed acts of heroism during the Vietnam War. Bitch, what are you mad about? This is what I'm talking about. This bitch just got out and is mad as hell at me. Slammed that fucking door. Are you, bitch, I'm in a parking space. Are you really that mad? She like my car over when her ass got out and slammed the door. Like, what a miserable bitch. So it says James Kaufman was involved with the Pagan outlaw motorcycle gang. You had a prominent endocrinologist that was prescribing opioids and all kinds of other painkillers when that wasn't his practice. So legally handing out pain pills. Oh, poor April. I don't even know this woman, and I just feel bad for her. April, a vivacious 47-year-old who earned a following on the radio as a veterans activist, was found shot dead on May 10th of 2012 in the bedroom of the home with her husband. Yeah, he killed her. For years, no arrests were made in the Kaufman murder case, but her from her first marriage, Kim Pack, continued to dig for answers. Good for you, girl. Good for you. James Kaufman seemed to move on with his life after the death of his wife. He remarried and filed to collect on April's life insurance policy. Pack objected and sued her stepfather for causing the wrongful death of her mother. Absolutely, you go, girl. So the daughter actually sued the stepfather, saying that her stepfather was the reason her mother was dead. That lawsuit proved critical, giving Pack's lawyers the opportunity to question James under oath. It was the only time he was ever questioned under oath about his wife. In the deposition, the doctor talked about running into the house and seeing his wife's body. I ran upstairs, I looked inside, and unfortunately saw April laying there and she wasn't moving. So horrible. I can't anymore. It's going to upset me, y'all. I mean, I dodged a bullet, for sure. These are not the type of people you want to get mixed up with. These are the type of people you get mixed up with and you go missing, honey. You're just missing. Why? Well, something as simple as not moving when a member of the gang told you to move. He said, I don't want you at this table. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm talking to your friend. I'm not even talking to you. That's simple. Somebody said, bunch of fun losers with their adorable matching costumes. Grown men waking up each morning and choosing such a silly human costume like biker always makes me chuckle. I'm looking for more information about crimes they've committed. You know, girl, if you just tried a little, you might not be so damn angry at the world. I love how people get mad at me because I'm not disabled, because I'm not obese. You know what I mean? Bigger women, they really be feeling some type of way. Girl, I used to be your size. She got out and slammed that door like she was mad at me, like I had done something wrong, like I was too close parked to her. Ma'am, your boyfriend was driving your car. He put you way too close to my car. I can't help that you're so big that you can't fit between the two. Personal problems. Personal problems. So a Redditor made a very good point. It said one of the 4 clubs recognized by the FBI is the Pagans. So do what you want with that information. And I think that's a great point. These are not, they currently have an investigation going on with these people. The last place this needs to be is in a strip club when it gets raided by the ATF. Even though I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm going to be guilty by association. Those cops are going to raid that place and look for any and everything to lock my ass up to. That's how it works. You are who you hang around. I'm so glad that I got out of there. I was looking for them talking about how they intimidate people on the road, and now I can't find it. What are y'all doing today? Here, I'll cut the comments on. I hope everybody is having a great Sunday afternoon. What are y'all doing out there? It's nice here. It's only like in the 50s here. And as you can see, I had to put on long sleeves and long pants. Does anybody have plans today? Oh, there's something else I gotta tell y'all about. I forgot. Come on. Wow. Deadly Pagans biker gang riding streets of NYC today claimed ex-undercover ATF agent. So they killed, damn it, they killed an ATF agent? Ooh, so somebody infiltrated them. A vicious biker gang is expanding in the Big Apple, warns the ATF. Pagans are on the streets of New York City flying their colors. There are shitloads of pagans running around actively recruiting and have been for years. Chronicles his harrowing covert experiences a decade ago in a new book, Riding with Evil, taking down the notorious pagan motorcycle gang. 20 pagans were arrested and pled guilty to racketeering, drugs, firearms, committing murder, among other charges. The gang has stormed back in recent years, however. It says Croak was an ATF supervisor in Boston in 2008 with a history of undercover operations, including efforts to take down Vagos and, gangs in Los Angeles. This is the... that is the pagans. Gang R-worded women. You see that? Pagan members sold Beth guns and gang R-worded women. That. Yeah. I dodged a bullet. How terrifying. Speaking about driving your 18-wheeler, who was that? Gilbert Roots. Did you see the guy that caused a 7-car pileup the other day because he was watching TikTok, his transfer truck? He had TikTok on going down the road, scrolling, and harmed and killed people. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, it's just crazy to think that he's watching TikTok, but y'all see it. Y'all see people driving and on their phones, and, you know, it's just crazy. Trucker. Yes, truck driver watching TikTok kills 5 people in a deadly crash. Now, this was in Arizona on August 20th of this year. Truck driver distracted by TikTok in Arizona crashed and killed 5 people, is sentenced to over 20 years in prison. So I guess he was just sentenced. It didn't just happen. It looks like he was sentenced on the 20th of this past month. It says a truck driver in Arizona, prosecutors said, caused a deadly accident because he was watching TikTok while driving, has been sentenced to more than 20 years in prison. Danny Glenn Tanner was driving on Interstate 10 near Chandler on the morning of January 12th of 23 when officials say he failed to stop his tractor trailer before it ran into stop traffic. 5 people were killed and Tanner was charged with manslaughter about months later. He pled guilty to lesser charges, part of an agreement with prosecutors. He was sentenced to 4.5 years for each count of negligent homicide. Y'all, my dyslexia be kicking in when I'm tired. It's worse. Totaling 2.5 years in prison, 22.5 years in prison, as each sentence will be served consecutively. Each charge carries a maximum of 8 years. Look at this picture. This is horrifying. Imagine you're sitting at a 4-way stop. You're waiting for everybody to go. And all of a sudden, this son of a bitch watching TikTok comes out of nowhere and kills your whole family. I mean, just talk about idiots. He should have never been on the damn road. Don't they give them, I'm originally from North Carolina. Yes, you're right, Christine Estrada. And that's why when they told me, I recently went and got a job somewhere and they told me that they were the pagans. And he told me, He said, if they come in and tell you to do something, you need to do it. And I'm just standing there like, yeah, okay. Like, I'm being agreeable. But I really wasn't thinking about what he was saying in the moment, because I didn't realize how dangerous people were. Now, does God keep putting me in these situations to make content? I don't know. But it sure seems like it, because every time I turn around, there's some situation where I could potentially be getting myself in a lifetime of trouble. I could be jumping in to a job where I'm going to be in a lifetime of trouble. You know, I worked at a restaurant that was a brothel. And I can't wait to come up with the $135 to sue them people. It says, as a driver, you have an obligation to pay attention to the road. To choose to access social media while driving, placing lives in danger, is reckless. The footage of this guy after the crash is so heartless. He's literally just killed 5 people because he was watching TikTok driving an 18-wheeler. He was also speeding, going 68 in a 55 on TikTok, driving an 18-wheeler. Four people were killed. 4 men did AAA landscaping. So there was a landscaping truck where 4 men were killed in that truck. So messed up. I mean, look at these guys. They look honest. Rolling through damn a stop sign and kills them all. Oh my God, it sounds horrific. It says the tractor trailer driven by this idiot rear-ended Stanford's Ford F-250, which caused it and a Toyota Camry to be wedged underneath another semi-truck in front of the 3 vehicles. So it sounds like he hit them so fucking fast that it wedged them under another semi-truck. All 4 workers were killed. Also, the man driving the Camry was killed. This woman was the mother of one of the victims. She said, my son died unpacked, but he burned. I did not have a proper burial. I have ashes. And I had to identify him with his dental records. This was very hard. Ooh, honey. Y'all, I gotta leave this. I'm gonna start crying. How fucked up. Stupid fuck on his phone. Of course he was. They all are nowadays. Coming through Charlotte, North Carolina, the fast lane is nothing but people doing this. The fast lane. People kick back, driving and watching their phone. Y'all, I'm so glad that I chose to get the hell out of there. Maybe that's why subconsciously I knew that I was in danger when, you know, sometimes it takes a while to get a clear picture of who you're dealing with when you go into these establishments. It's not like they come up to you and they're like, oh, here's the list of all the horrible things we do to women. It's not like that. You have to figure it out on your own. And I don't think that these people are mean to these girls in this club, but I do think that they operate differently than how they should. So, you know, we're going to go to the Chinese place. My stomach is grumbling. They have a Chinese buffet style takeout. We tried it like 2 weeks ago. It wasn't bad. Oh, let me make sure. Damn, I can't even get my bank account. This is bullcrap. I'm on the Wi-Fi, but it won't let me get in. How? there's no way. It's telling me that I got 145 bucks, but there's no way, because I filled my gas tank up yesterday and that was 60. And then I also spent $10 on food, so that's 70. But I'd also bought vape pods, which 45. So add all of that up, and you see what I'm saying? So it's not telling me, it's not letting me get in my bank accounts. My Cash App is telling me that I have money that I do not have. I have $15 in my Cash App. So I find it interesting that it's telling me that I have 145 when I don't. But it also doesn't have any of my transactions on there from yesterday. It doesn't have any of my transactions on there. Those are all gifts from people from the week. Thank you to Tanya, by the way. I think it's Norton. I got the $10 that you sent me. It went to food. See, it doesn't even have, you see where it's pending right there? It doesn't have any of the, I don't know why I'm covering that. It's not like I receive thousands of dollars on here. I literally receive money to eat with, but it's not even got my other transactions. It's not coming up. See here, it says 145. That's not true. The whole damn thing, let me get on this one. Downloaded it to see if it will work on there, and it does. $13.79. This is why I hate the internet, because it's telling me that I have money that I do not have. Not only that, it's not even letting me into this one bank account. What's the point of having Wi-Fi if it doesn't work? So, going back to last night, I wrote a review for that Walmart per usual, because y'all know I'm going to say my piece. Especially when they're screwing me over. Let's see if it'll even pull up. Dress. Y'all, did y'all see Nick Avocado? He lost like 200 pounds. Y'all see that? I'm not a stripper, see? Idiot. I hate when people come and they're like, oh, I know who you are. No, you don't. No, you don't. You wish you did, but no, you don't. You don't know anything, and you never will. Because you look, you don't listen. It's not working. I'm going to show y'all what I wrote. You know, somebody commented on my thing, and they said, that it's illegal to do burnouts. I said, yeah, I know, but you think they're going to do anything? No. No. But you best believe if I was doing burnouts, my ass would be in jail. 100%. They've been looking for a reason to lock me up for 10 years. It pisses them off that they can't get me for anything. Pisses them off that I don't fit their description of who my record says I am. You know what I mean? My record does not dictate who I am as a person. It kills them. It kills law enforcement. It kills them. They want to lock you up. Make your life a living hell. Once they know you, they won't leave you alone. They're going to harass you for the rest of your life. But I will tell you right now that doing the right things will piss them off more than anything. Because they want you to reoffend. They want you to go back to jail. They want you to be a drug addict. They want to be, problematic in society. Where is my review? Did they take it down? Let me find out. Why'd they take it down? Here we go. Where's the reviews? Reviews, here we go. Breezy Breath with Brooke, 9 hours ago. See, it's crazy to me because these will be hiding behind damn screen names, and I will never do that. So I gave them a 1-star rating. I said mass gangs of underage children harass van lifers at this location. There is trash everywhere and drug addiction has taken over the city, and the cops children that have homes to go to in mama and daddy's cars. When dealing with the cops, they would not let me take information down, but it's okay for the kids to break the law by stalking, harassing, and trying to keep up van life. 15 cars or more were in the parking lot, burning tires, doing donuts, blaring the horn, circling me like a vulture, and revving their engines for over 2 hours. Now let me just reiterate that this was the night in a row from 3 different states. There comes a point where you realize that this is not a coincidence, that either they're intentionally doing it, somehow they're finding you. Now, whether they're recognizing my truck is possible because 6 million people have seen my content. So it's not a far reach to think everyone knows who I am locally. They already knew who I was before I even opened a channel. There are not many people like me in this town. So are they seeing my truck and then deciding to, hee and ha and try to fuck with me? I don't know, but you need to raise your kids better because there were boys shot and killed at Walmart over some dumb shit. People have died for less. You are out here fucking with people that are on the bottom of society. Do you know what type of person you have to be internally to try to fuck with homeless people? Like, you are the type of human. You're the worst of the worst, baby. That's a vile action to fuck with homeless people. But it happens every day, and we're going to do a talk at 2, and we're going to talk about some cases where homeless people were killed by teenagers. 14, 12, 15, I'm talking teenagers attack homeless people every day. It says when the cops got there, they didn't know how to listen to me. They were mentally slow and also did not want to do their jobs. Go figure. A place with cameras and the cops are too lazy to walk in the store and ask the past 2 hours of footage. Why? One can only assume it's to protect the person's children, aka narcissistic brats that need discipline. This trash pile of a world is getting worse because people are not raised properly, and I see it every day. I personally deal with your smart-ass, snot-nosed brats everywhere I go. It's sad that only 1 out of every 50 child is being raised properly. Walmart isn't the chill spot for your hellions when you want to go out drinking. It's a business that allows overnighters, one of the only places actually to do this. How about raising your children right so they don't end up hurt? Capiche? I'm just saying that kids are getting killed left and right for less. I talk about these idiots on a daily basis and how their stupidity leads to their death. Maybe wisen up for the sake of your children. It's unfortunate that half of y'all even have children because you do not deserve them. Look at how they act when you raise them. Messing with homeless people at Walmart? Unbelievable that people are this evil. But hell, more content, right? Update. So, what I haven't told you guys yet. After I wrote this email, okay, and it was a review, I want people to know that this is not saying you to be hanging out at Walmart, okay? Like, if you're a shopper, there's a good chance that you're going to get hit by a freaking car, a teenager that has his fucking truck squatted looking like a dick face, and not paying attention. He's showing off for his friends. There was actually a woman hit and killed. She didn't live. Old lady. You would think that corporate would not want teenagers hanging out in a Walmart parking lot breaking the law. But fuck, what do I know? What do I know? Talk about insurance issues. Talk about liability. Like, you're allowing it to happen. Since when did the Walmart become the chill spot for the town's hellions? And why did the cop look at me and say, oh, it's Saturday night? I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care. It's Saturday night. So, after I wrote this review, I fell back asleep and I had 30 minutes of sleep before I was woken up by a leaf blower. This is, I think I've mentioned this a few times that they do this, businesses do this. They'll see that you stayed overnight. They'll come out there at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. This was actually at 4:13 in the morning, I do believe, when he came out there with a leaf blower. Yes. Where's it at? So, I had to deal with it. Yes, 13. Update. I suppose Walmart saw my review because at 4:13 a.m., they sent the street sweeper out to wake me up. He circled my over 30 times. He even pulled out a leaf blower. Once again, people like you are the reason that I have a channel. Imagine being so fat or ugly or evil that you try to harm homeless people. Tell me that you're stupid without telling me that you're stupid. A kid was just shot and killed at a Walmart because he thought he was Billy Badass. And look at him now, 6 feet under because he played stupid games. And one big, a life in hell burning because he was raised by evil people just like himself. And Walmart should be helping paying customers, but no, they allow underage drinking and partying on the premises. I saw 2 different people, 2 of those children with Miller Lite bottles. Do you think the cops gave a fuck about that? When they told me that they were high schoolers, this world is so doomed. Please raise your kids better. Please. Unbelievable how stupid mfers are nowadays. Straight up stupid. I said, by the way, the joke's on them. I live a normal schedule. I was already up before all the fat world working. I said, but that's exactly why people like them hate me. Sorry, I can't. A piece of shit like you. Stop giving your money to people that don't care about your well-being while you're on their property. This is the second location that's went to hell in a handbasket. The other is Winston-Salem, Hangs Mill Road. Don't go there if you're white, especially at night. And if Walmart wants to do the right thing and hand over the footage from Saturday night, September 7th of 24, from 8:35 p.m. till I called the cops at 10:30, where you can visibly see over 15 cars doing burnouts harassing me, then I will be shocked at anyone actually doing their job. It's more than illegal to be doing burnouts in parking lots. But once again, stupid. This star rating is a lie. All of the bad reviews have been essentially overlooked because of all the fake 5-star ratings. I see this a lot in businesses where there is a high turnover rate. Come to Breezy Briefs with Brooke tomorrow for a full review. It's Walmart. This place has been in decline for years. And smart people wouldn't want their children playing on property where folks are shopping, especially not in cars. They had the whole parking lot blocked for hours, and people are scared to call the cops nowadays. So I did, and they ran like roaches. Let's talk about this Walmart, because it is the closest Walmart to the other Walmart that I had issues at, where the guy scratched my truck and the security attacked me. Okay, so this is literally their sister, okay? And it's the closest one to that one. So this area apparently has just gotten horrible over the years. Horrible. Fights, kids meeting up and hanging out, you know, for liability reasons. I don't know why you would want mass gangs of children underage drinking in your parking lot, but hell, what do I know? I'm not an attorney, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's a great idea for fucking underage children to be drinking on private property with other shoppers out there trying to get their grocery shopping done. Let's see here. Filter by ratings. Somebody said the other day, the people at the self-checkouts treat sorry, treat you like you're an idiot. They're doing this because they think that you're stealing. They follow you around the store to make sure that you're not stealing. For those that don't know, even when I was shooting $300 a day worth of black tar heroin, I never stole. All of that was provided for me to keep me compliant. So I've never had to steal. I'm not a thief. So when you treat me like one, though, you know, in the moment, I didn't even recognize that they were following me around the store. After I left the store and the security guy attacked me, then it kind of came into my mind that they were following me around to make sure that I wasn't stealing. So you're profiling me because I'm white. You're profiling me because I'm skinny. You're profiling me maybe because you've seen my channel. I don't know. I don't give a fuck. But why is it okay for somebody to prejudge me based on my skin tone? Racism. And why is that okay? It's not. But that's something else that I missed, is that there's nobody ever to answer the phones at Walmart anymore, just like pharmacies. There's nobody there to answer the phones in pharmacies. If anybody has been to a CVS lately, then you know that CVS does not, you can't talk to a pharmacist anymore. You have to actually drive to the store to talk to a pharmacist. It's because they're short-staffed. You know, I've got a girlfriend of mine who is a pharmaceutical tech. She loves her job, but I'm going to tell you what, since she started that 10 years ago, I might have seen her twice. She is a slave to CVS. And it's going to get worse. I mean, obviously, Walmart, you call them, they don't even answer the phone. They're customer service. You have to drive over there, and you get over there, and everybody's an asshole to you as you're trying to return something. They're making you feel like you're doing something wrong because they have people steal millions of dollars from their store every year, and they think, you know, they're treating you like you're a criminal. Yeah. It's so messed up. It says, if I was able to, I would give the store a -12. Their customer service is subpar at best. Their managers are a joke, and the store manager has no clue how to order anything. She will take your number and call you when the item is in stock, and then does not call you. Oh, your number and say that she'll call you, but she does not call you. I went to the deli today to get some lunch meat. Someone comes over to ask the price of something, and the girl just stops waiting on me to help another person looking for the price. Walmart is a general joke. Buddy, I don't understand Tim. Y'all, sucks. I'm looking for these reviews, and maybe I need to go to Google, because that's where I was on. But how do I see mine? Google review Walmart, King, North Carolina. You know, the crazy part is this is supposed to be like the country. So it's really surprising to me that people act like this, but you know, it's really not. What do I tell you guys? Small towns brew small minds. Here we go. We'll go straight to Walmart site and see if I can do it this way. Y'all, I've got so many screenshots on the phone that I'm talking to you on. I need to come up with a better method of keeping my screenshots, so for my, you know. Here we go. Oh, I'm hot. Oh, this is so cool, you guys. I love you, Jason. Listen, I know who you are, sir, but you are my spirit animal. I love you, Jason Asprey. Listen, bro, I don't know who you are, but I love you. You are my brother in Christ. Let me read y'all this. I love how balls to the wall, he did not give a shit. Look at this. He took a picture of the miserable heifer. Listen, now I've saw this heifer before. She's not nice. It's a sad day when the staff at Walmart is more rude than the patrons. I would have accepted so much more in a store laid out and cleaned. Let's look at this picture again. These are the type of people that are mean to me. Can anybody assume why this lady would be mean to me? Here, take a closer look. Do you know why she would be mean to me? Could it potentially be because she's not happy with herself? I'm sick of it. I've been bullied my whole fucking life. I can't even go buy groceries without getting bullied. I can't even go get takeout without getting bullied. What if you woke and you went to go get coffee and the motherfucker you ordered coffee from was an asshole? So then you're like, oh, fuck it. I'm not going to let it mess up my day. So then you go to Walmart, do some grocery shopping, and everybody in there is fucking rude to you. Intentionally. You can tell it's intentional. You're being singled out. Nobody deserves that. It is not my fault that I was born this way. But God, am I grateful I was. It is not my fault. But God, thank you so much. So let me read what Jason said. I just love that he was so brave and he took a picture of this bitch right to her face to post on Google. I love it. That's what we need more of. We need more of this. Point them out. Bring back shame. And maybe they'll stop acting like assholes. Because it has to do with their self-hate. It's self-loathing that makes people behave this way. My wife, while looking through an overstock rack, knocked one of the shirts on the hanger on the floor. She is bending over to pick it up, And Robin angrily yells at her from the next section, "Hey, drop something, ma'am. Please pick it up." First of all, give her a minute. Second, she's in the process of picking it up. Lastly, if you hate your job this much, please quit. I agree. I so agree. I would love to have that job. Do y'all know how great I would be at Walmart? Oh my God. Hey, how are you? Welcome to Walmart. Like, I legitimately love it, okay? And I would do so good. But yet Karen over here has the job that I would be great at, and she doesn't even appreciate her job, and then she treats everybody like crap when she's at work. Stop giving these jobs to assholes. Around 8:22 tonight, I had to run a Bissell wet vacuum. After multiple times of calling and no one answering the phone, I drove to the store and was hassled by the customer service return person about it missing parts and it being defective. Now, this is a handheld Bissell carpet cleaner. After explaining to her that the parts were missing and the product was defective, she finally gave my debit card a refund. I then went to get some more cleaner for my current machine. A very nice lady showed me where it was since the store had done a reset on where items were. I shared my problems with her and popped out a team leader. And I explained my issue with him about my experience to the team leader. I expressed my problems with no one answering the phone ever, and the lady at the customer return area giving me a hard time, and that this is the only store that I have with these issues. While walking towards the front of the store to make my team leader, told me that I should probably consider separating myself from this store. So listen to what this person's saying. This person is saying that they were treated like shit by Walmart employees. They then had a team leader come out to help them with the situation. And the team leader says that this person should probably consider separating themselves from this location. This person says, well, he has bigger problems after speaking to me that way. I will be contacting the regional manager about this issue tomorrow. And issues with this subpar store and customer service. More than likely, the team leader will probably have to separate himself from Walmart Corporation altogether and not just get transferred to another store. Sometimes you just never know who you were talking to, their past experience and capabilities they have at getting things done. Who was that? RLRL. I told you guys that when I was at Walmart and the lady had the cart and she ran into it. So they do these, you can order your groceries online and they have a person in the store that goes and picks up all of your items. And it's on this cart and there's these blue boxes, these bins that they use to store your items. And then they get to the checkout and then they put them in a bag. So I'm walking in Walmart, minding my business, per usual. And all of a sudden I get wham! Like, I get hit by something, and I'm like, what the hell? I look over, and it's a Walmart worker with that silver cart and the blue bins. Didn't say sorry. Didn't say excuse me. Didn't say my bad. Didn't say nothing. Felicia Potter had an awful experience taking her mother shopping today. Had an employee just about drop a whole box on her head in the automotive aisle and did not even apologize. The cashier acted like it was such a burden for her to ring us up. I'll go to a different Walmart from now on. These are all new. This is a beautiful store, well-stocked and lots of selections. This review is due to customer service. With 6 kids, we tend to spend $300 to $400 per trip on this. Jesus Christ, 6 kids. Lady, you got half a football team. I stopped going to self-checkout because I am watched like a hawk and it makes me feel uncomfortable. Me too, Ginger, me too. The unfriendly cheer at this visit just seemed angry. I'm sure it was due to our large order. Maybe she would do better at the express checkout. We had 2 cases of pop in the basket, and she walked out with her handheld scanner and announced, "I'm not picking that up." My husband said, okay, and turned them so that she could see the codes. She silently tossed our stuff into bags, and my son asked me, quote, "What is she so mad about?" And I said that maybe she was having a bad day. At the end, I asked for $100 cash back. She took out the cash, counted it to herself, tore off the receipt, and shoved it at me. Word. She then turned away. Hold on. These words be running together. Yeah, she then turned away. I moved over to the side and made sure that she had given me the correct change. I'm used to unfriendly Walmart employees who never greet us or say thanks or even a goodbye, but this bad attitude definitely wins. Very disappointing. Make sure to avoid her. Jesus. Oh, poor John said that he bought a car battery in February with a 3-year warranty. Battery was made in January of 23. He had the receipt for the battery, took it back in July because it did not last 6 months. They replaced it. Then had to take it back for the 3rd time, asked for money back, and they would not refund it. Having the battery a year, did not even get to use 6 months out of it. The management would not refund my money. They could have put it on a gift card, but they wouldn't even do that. If you have a warranty Walmart, they will not honor it at their corporate office. And in store, they don't care about the consumer. So these are from their automotive section. I'm going to read one more. Says, I'm going to this bad review because of the lack of not explaining well. I went and changed my 4 tires, and my receipt showed that they had charged me $12 for the valves I only needed 1 of. This is something that I've noticed. Have y'all noticed that like a lot of places take it upon themselves to just add things to your bill nowadays? Or my favorite is when you pay cash and they don't even give you your change back. Like, bro, that's 69 cents. I want that. Like, so this guy is saying that he got 4 new tires and he needed the valves, you know, like where the air goes in. I'm assuming that's where it is. They're $12 a piece. He only needed 1, but they decided to put 4 new ones and charge me $12 each one. And it's not so much for the $12, it's for the failure to ask me if I wanted to change the 4 valves. I can get 4 valves on Amazon for even less money. So that's why I got upset and angry. I went and asked why he put the 4 valves on there. And he told me it automatically comes in the package. And I'm like, what? So if anyone comes and changes the tire, make you have all 4 valves. Because if you're missing one, they will charge all 4. So this guy is obviously another, he doesn't speak English well. I can only assume that he is complaining that these valves were $12 a piece. One of them, they added 4 valves. They did 1 for each tire, bringing his grand total to, what would that be? $48. How much were they? 12? Yeah, $48. So, and he only needed 1. So he only needed to spend $12. He would have been fine getting back on the road. But they scam. I mean, that's a scam. That's a blatant scam. Now, whether a business or a person's doing it, it's still scamming. It's not okay. Scammers, they're all scammers. So, okay. And I've noticed a lot of businesses do that. They take it upon themselves to add things. Just like when I got my AC fixed in Virginia 2 months ago, they charged me to clean leaves out from underneath my hood. $10. It was added to my bill and I didn't know it. But it was a $10 cleaning fee. Supposedly, they cleaned under my hood. They wiped the engine down. Listen, they did not. Nothing. It looked still a hot mess under there. It looked like an engine in a car. So they scammed me. After I was already paying $2,700, $1,200 and some change to get this fixed. You just had to scam me for $10, didn't you? This is becoming commonplace for businesses that are failing. They just take it upon themselves to help themselves to your wallet. It's wrong. It's so wrong. Let's grab some Chinese. It's literally right behind me. My pinky toe's asleep. Oh, God. I wish that my phone could work. I really need to get my bank account. But y'all see, I can't even damn the Wi-Fi. I don't know. Maybe they found my IP address. Well, no, because my computer, I don't know. I'm hooked up to Wi-Fi now and it seems to be working. Typically when I jump on Wi-Fi, My phone doesn't work. I can't record or anything. It just stops working if I'm on the Wi-Fi. My outfit is so cute, and I want to show you guys. I typically wear a shirt under this with a bra, but listen, it's one of them days. I'm tired, honey. So the lady that sleeps right here on the corner is not here. Remember I told you guys that there's a homeless woman that sleeps on this corner? She actually sleeps, hold on. You see that pile of trash? She sleeps right there on that fucking curb in that box. In that fucking tree box where the tree is. She sits right here all day, every day. This is the first time in a year that I've been by and she has not been there. It's heartbreaking, y'all. I mean, she's obviously struggling with mental health problems. She'll sit there talking to herself, screaming at people, and like, it's just sad. It's really sad. It breaks my heart, truly. It eats me up inside. I can't put into words what it makes me feel like to see people in that state, but every time I see her, it really bothers me. So I gotta find a purse. We're gonna do a little of this because purse. My lips are so damn dry. Oh, you know what? I just found $9. I'm wondering if I should keep that for laundry, though. Probably. So I'm going to use my card. I hope there's fucking money and freaking money on it, because I don't know what... I can't tell my freaking account. Hold on 1 second. Let me double check it. It's saying that I have 33 bucks. But I don't know how that's possible, because I told you guys that I ended up buying pots, gas, and food. Oh, let me show you my outfit. Oh. My pants are huge. These used to fit me when I was at like 180. They look cute. I usually wear another shirt under the shirt, but I just am tired. I'm going to bed at like 8 o'clock, and I'm going to get up and train at 3. I'm going to get my schedule back on track. Get back in the swing of interviews. God, I'm still sore from the gym. Like, I don't even remember the last time we went, but my calves and hips. Where's the Chinese walk? China walk. All right. I might need to use the bathroom too. We're gonna grab a plate. There it is. White rice. Alright. 1 or 2 crab ragouts. It's got cream cheese and crab in it. They do have egg rolls too. Pork egg roll. Ooh, I am going to try some of that rice. The other rice. Or actually, I'm going to do some vegetables. Zucchinis and carrots. I need more of that in my diet. Broccoli looks delicious. We'll grab 1 of ham. 2 of ham. That's the sesame chicken. I like the smaller pieces. Am I the only one that likes tiny pieces of the sesame? I don't like big meat, big chunks of meat. I'm gonna grab some of the sauce too. All right. We're gonna do green beans. And rat on a stick is one of my favorite, but I don't think I want any today. I do want to try some of this, just to try it. It's their fried rice. There we go. And that's it. Easy breezy. Hey, how are you doing today? Thank you. Awesome. Just hot mustard. No, thank you. Oh. Sorry, I was looking for the credit card machine. Thank you. Yes.
Thank you.
You too. So it was $10.90. $10.90. Oh. Excuse me. Oh God, what the fuck? Pay attention. God, what the fuck? Let me get in the fucking car. I get killed. Jesus. $10.90 because I tipped her $1. I hope I got a fork or a spoon. I don't know where it's at, but I know I got one somewhere. Oh God, I'm hungry. Where's... There it is. Oh, that's a crappy one. I want a good one. Oh wow, I forgot I even had that. So we're gonna drink that. Damn it. I need to be able to get into my account with my first citizens. It's really stressing me out. Where in the world is my fork? You know what? I got this. We'll just use this. Oh, it's hot. It's hot, hot. There'd be so much that I need to tell y'all, and like, I freaking forget half the time. I take screenshots, and then I'm on the phone with you guys, and I can't go through my screenshots. Hair. Let's see what it says. A lifetime friend will soon be made. Putting these extra packs of sauce in my sauce bin. It looks really good. Looks delicious. It sucks that I feel like guilt about spending money on food, but I do. Broccoli. Can y'all see that? I love ragu. Crab and cream cheese. Green beans. So that boy that was shot at Walmart, their rice ain't never done. This is the second time we've gotten food from there and the rice not cooked. I don't know how you can mess that up, but the boy that got shot at Walmart was supposedly defending his mother. His mother was driving a car, and I want to try this fried rice. It looks really dry. Yeah. Anyways, it's not bad. It's just different. That was not made. Yeah, that wasn't made by somebody who knows what they're doing. You know what I mean? So this woman was in a car. She had an altercation with a man who was also in a car. This kid pulls out a fake gun. It was a BB gun. And he got shot and killed by the guy that was supposedly being mean to his mother. The teen was brandishing a fake firearm, trying to play it off like a real firearm. And he ran across the wrong one who actually had a firearm. And he's dead. I don't know, I came from a different time where you respected your elders. They don't do that shit no more. These kids don't even respect themselves, much less you. This is not bad. It's pretty good. Oh, I can't get it. Damn, what the hell did they do? Oh, there we go. Damn, Gatorade. My shoulder hurts. I'm wondering if it's a torn rotator cuff. I was looking at that on the internet last night. It says, though, that if it was, you would know it. They have, like, these tests that you can do to manipulate your arms. You put them behind your back, and then you twist your arm a certain way to see if it's the rotator cuff that's torn. And mine didn't react, so I don't think it's that. But it could be a small tear. I don't know. grainy rice. Hard, grainy rice. It's like stuck in my teeth. Bro, how you fuck up white rice? Literal grains of rice that are not cooked. You can't even bite into them. That's the second time that I've had that happen there. See, I wonder, like, why does nobody say anything? Why does nobody tell the cook? Nobody tell anybody? Oh, of course. Of course. Of course. So the little hellion pulling up, blaring music that was about to park beside me. And then he pulled in front of me at Chevrolet. He was waiting for the girl that gives me bad attitude when I get food and check out in that restaurant. Ain't that amazing? 2 peas in a pod. Who would have thunk it? 2 troublemakers with bad attitudes. I love it. It was good. It was alright. I give it a 6 out of 10 today. It just, you know, I mean, it's subpar anyways. And then I be trying to, like, act like it's better than it is because I want to be grateful. But for those prices, yeah. For those prices. I mean, $10 is still kind of high for a plate of food, in my opinion. Maybe not for that, but fast food, definitely. I didn't even eat none of my fortune cookie. I love how something that I've noticed that cops do a lot from my interaction with them last night, they like to twist your words around, and they do it intentionally. They do it intentionally. I told that cop, I said, I've been to 4 different Walmarts and had the same issue during the week. I said, I was just in West Virginia and I had the same incident happening. I said, so I don't know if they're just recognizing my truck and doing it intentionally because they've heard me complain about it on here, or if there's a subreddit or a sub Instagram feed private group or something where they're looking for me. You know what I mean? Because it's obvious to me that something is going on, because every single night I've had these issues, and this has not been an issue this bad. So, you know, there are no coincidences. The cop says he goes and talks to the kids, and then he comes back and he's like, yeah, they don't have Reddit on their phone. What? Huh? What are you even talking about right now? I mean, I don't know how these people keep making it through the police academy. I don't understand. Have they always been like this? He then says, he's like, yeah, they don't have Reddit. Da, 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 da. I said, sir, I wasn't specifically talking about Reddit. I said, I told you that I don't know why it's happening or how it's happening. All I know is that I've had this many views, and this just started this past week. I've been through 3 states. And he says, quote, they have North Carolina tags. I said, I know that. I'm aware. I guess he thought that, later I was thinking about it, I was like, did he think that I meant that they had followed me from state to state? That's not what I was saying. It's not the same groups of people. The cars have been different every single night. And matter of fact, when I was in West Virginia, that one night there was nothing but like motorcycles. It was like 5 or 6 motorcycles that kept circling me. So it wasn't these kids. I got something in my tooth. Y'all. I'm using the plastic bag as a dental floss because I don't know where my flosses are. But the cop was trying to cause problems. He literally lies to my face twice. And then he also tries to twist my words around to make it seem like I was saying something that I was not. He was not listening at all. I called 911 and I told her, the lady at the 911 operations, she was cool. She understood. But that's because she's a fucking woman. You know, these men out here, they don't understand what it's like to not be able to feel safe standing outside of your vehicle because you have so many fucking weirdos trying to screw you and kidnap you. And also being a victim of a kidnapping for 17 years tends to cause some trauma. Do you think that these fuckers have any training on how to deal with people who have been through traumatic events? Absolutely not. Should they? Absolutely. So he's like, it's Saturday night. Okay, and they're breaking the law. They are burning tires. They are preventing other pedestrians from being able to even enter that part of the parking lot. When I tell you that it was 15 fucking cars and they had half of the parking lot blocked off as to where you couldn't even get through it. They're out there with Miller Lite drinking. And they're a bunch of pussies. Because y'all saw when I got out the car to go get tag numbers. I don't even know if that part was filmed. There came a point where I could see that the cops were not going to help me, that they were going to defend these children who were blatantly breaking the law, underage drinking, and God knows what else. I originally thought that they were some meth heads or something because halfway through the cops being on the way, they pulled up closer to my vehicle. And there was 2 girls and a guy sitting in a little trashy ass truck, an old fucking like Yukon that freaking half of it was one color and the other half was another color. It was like an 80s model piece of shit tank. And so they're sitting there right in front of me as the cops pull in. I had to flash my lights to even get the cop to come over to me. He was going to pull out of the parking lot. Here we have 15 underage children drinking on the Walmart premises, and you do nothing. They are literally disturbing the peace. Unsafe movement in a motor vehicle. What's that other one? Oh, dangerous and reckless driving. I can keep going. I'm sure that there's more. Not to mention, you are putting people's lives in danger because people are shopping and walking from the store to their car, from their car to the store. And you guys are out here doing fucking loop-de-loops in the Walmart parking lot, and that's okay. You know, it's crazy to me. But this is exactly how they protect these little shits. And those little shits are going to grow up to be big shits. I'm telling you right now, there's only one type of person in this world that would intentionally try to harm homeless people. And that is someone who has narcissistic traits. The definition of narcissism is to intentionally inflict pain on someone. Now, imagine being a 15, 16-year-old kid and mom and daddy buys you a car and your biggest plan in life is to go to the Walmart, like the highlight of your life is going to the Walmart parking lot to fuck with homeless people. All of those kids need a psychiatric evaluation. They're not safe for the community. Anybody that would intentionally try to harm a homeless person is a vile, disgusting waste of human life. There are homeless people that have been killed by teenagers that act the same way. Teenagers that have been prosecuted in court for doing the same things to homeless people that died. And some of them lived. There was one guy that was beat upside the head with a rock. He was taking a stroll in the park, a 70-something-year-old homeless man. And they almost killed him with a boulder. They senselessly beat him. There was another man or woman that was stabbed by a teenager that was homeless. I mean, it happens every fucking day. We're going to do a whole talk at 2 on this because this is an issue. You know, these people are having children. They're not raising their children. They're not teaching their children any actual morals and values out of the Bible. And the byproduct is by the time they're 15, they're out here already committing crimes. But the police just overlook it. They just overlook it. Oh, well, his family's not the best. That's why. No, fuck that. If his family's not the best, then you need to have interactions and guide him in the right fucking direction. That's your job as law enforcement. To protect and serve. That serve part, that means serve your fucking community, you idiot. I'm so sick of these cops. I'm so sick of them because they're idiots. They really are. They're really, y'all, my interactions lately with them is 100% evil. All of them. Every single interaction that I've had, I take that back. That one lady at Walmart. But the one, so 90% of the interactions that I have are with men that are clearly not capable of even listening, much less communicating, and they're not intellectually inclined enough to be in that position. Both of these boys that showed up last night, both of those cops, they were little boys. I wouldn't even put it as far, I wouldn't even doubt that they know those kids personally. It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. There's one high school, and all them little twerps go to there. And there's one resource officer over there. You see what I'm saying? So I wouldn't doubt that. And hell, the cops were so young, they could have just been in high school last year. Children. They are still children. The cops that showed up were children themselves. Physically. Mentally too. You know, you tell them, hey, I suffer from PTSD or CPTSD. They don't even fucking know what that is. They then become aggressive. Like they're wanting to get a reaction out of you so that you go to jail. Because that's the truth. They want you to fuck up so that they can take you to jail. Always. That's their goal. Their goal is not to protect and serve. Their goal is to prevent anyone from changing. Their goal is to lock people up for fucking charges. Their goal is to fucking prosecute any and everybody that they don't like. They're high school bullies with a fucking badge. Plain and simple. I have not met one good cop in years. That cop that I met at, Winston, when I had to call the cops on the security guy, that was a little different. She was nice, but there's a lot more to it that you guys don't understand that wouldn't even make sense if I told you. She knew I was on live. She knew I was homeless. She's probably seen my shit. So there's your motive right there. She knows that there's no shelters. She knows that the pamphlets she gave me were trash. She just did it, I guess. I mean, in my opinion, and I'm allowed that, in my opinion, she did it to look good. But whatever. I don't trust them motherfuckers, y'all. Y'all go get locked up for charges you didn't do and see how you feel about them. It's a miracle that I was even trying to be cool with them at one point. Fuck that. They can all eat shit. That's how I feel. If it wasn't for you motherfuckers, I wouldn't even be in this situation. I would have a job. 100%. And I do have a job. But you know what I mean. Like, I could be doing something else. When did we fill up? I'm already back. I'll be on E in the morning. I'm going to go down here to the sheets and see if they've got fucking Wi-Fi because I need to be able to get into my bank account. I've got to pay my insurance. I also got to pay my storage facility, my gym membership, my cell phone. The bills are just stacking up. I've been waiting on YouTube for 2 months. I also am under a lot of stress because I owe this lady $200 now. Like, that comes first before anything, paying her back. And I can't do that till I get this damn check. I can't do anything till I get the check. I wish I had a toothpick. I got something in my tooth that's aggravating the hell out of me. Can I have you? couldn't even think because of how stupid they were. First of all, you have children. I don't give a fuck if they're 20 or if they're 18. 20 or 7. You're not gonna bully me, you little shit. I got out of the car and went to go get it myself. And it was a big thing. Both of the officers ran up on me. They were like, you need to get back in your car. So you're big and bad but when I walk up to your vehicle, you lock the doors. It's doing this thing again where it's telling me my clock is behind. I don't care. I don't care. I just want to get into my bank account. None of the Wi-Fi works in these places. None of it. Like, it's not working at all. This is still telling me that I have $145, but we know that that's not true because I just spent $10 on fast food. So, see what I'm saying? That was 3 days ago that I had $145. Like, it's just crazy because I'm on the Wi-Fi. What? You don't have... No. You don't have permission to view this page. Try logging into an account that has permission. This is my studio, though. Lord have mercy. I'm trying to go to my YouTube studio, and it's telling me that I can't now. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Has somebody hacked my shit or something? There's no Wi-Fi. Check your network. So you go. It says I'm on Wi-Fi, you see? This is what people don't understand. Like, it does not. Half of the Wi-Fi out here does not work. It says that I'm on Sheets. Connected. Bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna walk over to the patio and see if I can damn reach better. This is bullshit, dude. God damn. Like, what's the point if it doesn't fucking work? Fucking weird ass old man. All in my face, per usual. Connected, right? Tried to search something. And here's the thing, this is the only phone that I can have that First Citizens on. I can't have it on my computer or my other phone. Please, Jesus. It's not gonna work. It's something to do with the damn phone, because every time I get off the Wi-Fi and then I go back to it, it takes me to this weird page. I've been having that happen for weeks. See, it goes to this, and then it goes to, you go to continue Viva browser, and it connects. It says your clock is behind to prevent a connection. It says that I need to fix the clock time. Messed out bitch looking at me. She goes in with her boyfriend. Like, I guess she recognized me. Yeah, she's talking to him. Bitch, I think you got bigger problems than worrying about me. Usual suspect. Use local default. It says to establish a clear connection, your clock needs to be set correctly. Why? Why? So is it set right now? No, it's not. It's supposed to set automatically, but it's not doing it. Okay, I've got it set right. (4/27), September 8th. Okay, it's saying that Chrome couldn't identify me because my clock wasn't set properly. Let's see if it works now. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. What does my clock have to do with the damn Wi-Fi? Oh, it's letting me in. Thank God. Duh. Duh. No money. $15. Great. Love that for me. Let's see if my Cash App will update now. Yep. So now it updated. You see now it says 23. I don't know why it takes so long. Like my so do we have like pending transactions on there? It'll show all your money that you've spent, you know. And that was not coming up earlier. Subway, Circle K, McDonald's, Walmart, Dollar Tree. That's $200 right there. 130. Just in like 4 transactions from Walmart and gas. Just every fucking day. Well, at least I got it up and running. I've never had that issue with that before at all. You know what's crazy is that these bitches that I see out here that recognize me and stuff, it's clear to me that they feel some type of way. Like, you're watching me and you see me and you want to talk about me, but you can't say hey to me. You're the exact type of fake bitch that I talk about every day. Because, you know, people are smart. Once again, I've told y'all that this area is bad for meth heads. Horrible for meth heads. Probably one of the worst counties. But here's the thing. This is where I live. I have no choice. Believe it or not, I have no choice. I have to go where the cops tell me to go. Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me. Sorry. I didn't see you. Not really, but yes. The certain area of the city. If I go to the better side of the neighborhood, the cops show up. They won't let you there because the white people call the cops on you. Karen and Ken can't stand that you're staying at the Piggly Wiggly parking lot. It just bothers them so much. People who have a home and a career, homeless people bother them. All I know is that YouTube needs to hurry up with my check because I've got bills to pay. My insurance was due on the 1st. That's $133. That's full coverage. Oh my God, speaking of insurance, I saw this car crash the other day on Law and Crime where this she was 20. She was drunk as fuck. She hit a couple in a car and then tried to act like she didn't hit the couple. She was so drunk at the scene of the accident. And lo and behold, she had no insurance. None. Not a lick of insurance. And one of the comments on the post was, it said, some lady said, if that girl would have hit me like that, those cops' biggest concern would have been me because I would have been going to jail. And because they didn't have insurance. Apparently, 1/3, I think it said 1/3. I'll have to look it up. It said apparently there's hundreds of thousands of drivers out here on the road that didn't have insurance. Did y'all know that? I didn't. I had no clue. But yes, a good portion of drivers do not have insurance on their vehicles. I thought it was state law. Here I am paying insurance like a responsible person for 20 years and did not. We'll talk later, you guys. I'll have my shit together more. I'm going to go and tan and we'll a little while. I hope that y'all have a great Sunday afternoon. Get you some, yeah. There's one. If you don't realize that, then you don't need to be here, sir. There's actually I face more racism from black people than I've ever been towards anybody black. I grew up in foster care with black people. 70% of my childhood, I was raised by black people. Fun fact, foster care, juvenile youth development centers. Yeah. So my whole childhood, I was bullied by black women. And then in my adult life, I've had black women seek me out with the intention of trying to cause me harm because my mere existence makes them hate themselves. So yes, I face a lot of racism from black women. Absolutely. And I don't have a racist bone in my body. I've actually never been racist towards anybody in my entire life. So, but you know, this young generation, they just really don't know what's going on out here and they see things a little bit differently. It's kind of sad and pathetic, but I digress. We'll talk about that later. We can talk about that later if you want to. Oh, I love you guys. We'll talk later. Be safe out there.